Praise the Lord, children. So let us continue the story of Abram. Now, Abram, his wife Sarai, and his nephew Lot lived in tents and moved from place to place in the land of Canaan. God had a special plan for Abram and his family to bless the people of the world. Abram had faith in God and went wherever God told him to go. The family set up tents in the area near the city of Hebron. Abram and his nephew Lot were very wealthy. They each had large flocks and herds, many herdsmen, households, servants, and tents. Every day, the men in charge of the sheep, goats, cattle, and donkeys would lead the flocks and herds to places where they could eat grass and drink water. But there was a problem. There was not enough grass and water for all of the animals. It was just too crowded. Abram's herdsmen thought that Abram should have the best grassland. Lot's herdsmen thought that Lot should have the best grassland. The herdsmen began to quarrel with one another. And as if that wasn't enough, there were also other people living in the area too. Everyone wanted the best. Abram became worried that all of the quarreling might lead to fighting. So he decided that there was only one thing to do. He and Lot would have to live in separate places. Someone was going to have to choose another place to live. Abram was the older man and was the one who had led them out of their home country. It would have been all right for him to have whichever land he wanted. He could have chosen first and let Lot have whatever was left. But Abram did not choose first. Instead, Abram decided to let Lot choose first. When Lot looked around, he saw that the Jordan Valley was lush and green. Surely this would be the best place to live. So Lot took his family and all of his flocks and moved away from Abram. Lot made his home in the valley. There were a lot of bad people in the valley. Lot had to live near a city called Sodom. The people of Sodom were very wicked. Lot must have been sorry that he chose this valley and had to have such bad neighbors that did not want to obey God. Abram stayed in the dry land of Canaan. When Abram looked around after Lot left, he saw that the land did not look so lush and green as the Jordan Valley. But Abram did not just think about the green grass. Abram had faith in God. He thought about how God would keep his promises. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had parted from him, "Look around from where you are, to the north and south, to the east and west. All the land that you see, I will give to you and your offspring forever. I'll make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I am giving it to you." Which is written in Genesis chapter 13, verse number 14 to 17. God continued to bless Abram. Abram must have been happy that he let Lot have first choice. So children, what do we learn from this story? We learn that we should be really careful, really careful when we make choices. Because every choice we make has consequence. Like Lot saw the green lush land, but there were wicked people. And Abram did not think about such green lush land because he had faith upon God and his promises. So, children, let us make careful choices. Till then, we will meet in the next video. Praise the Lord.